Welcome everybody. It's your boy Kevin Polite again, right back at it again in Beauty in the City. Man, I'm telling you today, I got a special guest again that's gonna pretty much dominate all conversations that you need to know about. Stay tuned. All right, here we go. Now, we talk about beauty all the time, but this is something that everyone needs to focus on and pay attention. There's barbers, there's beauticians, but this is a category that everyone is going to benefit from. So, my guest is here. Tell us about yourself. What's your name, ma'am?
Hello, I am Lady T of Lady T DFW Hair Clinic in Arlington, Texas.
All right. Miss Lady T, what do you specialize in?
I specialize in children ages 3 and up, boys and girls, at my salon, and we do everything from silk press, braiding, twists, locks, relaxers, whatever. We do it all.
So, this is basically for children only.
Well, I do service adults as well because I was servicing adults first
Hmm.
before I was rebranded as a kids specialist. So yeah.
Everyone, pay attention to this. So if you have children with, I could go on for days right now. I've got more and more things just coming on my mind. But if you have children, I don't care if you're a single father, if you're a mother or a regular family household. I know if you have children, it's not easy.
It's
There's
not.
situations where you got to hurry up and go to school.
Yeah.
There's situations, hey, I remember the time my wife says, hey, will you go get your daughter's hair done? And it comes into a basic ponytail, and she
Right.
looks at me crazy and go, and she redo the hair and then let it go, you know? And
Yeah.
so you focus on children. Out
Yes.
of all the categories, what made you go with children?
I was a school bus driver for Duncanville ISD,
Uh
and I
huh.
pulled up in the bus lane one day and I was unloading my students off of my bus. And I noticed that there was a difference in the way that they were being treated based on how they looked. I did drive for one of the low income areas of Duncanville. And so, you had, little Kiki with, the puff on top of her
Mm
head and it wasn't brushed up neatly. So maybe, she had some flyaways and maybe just like, naps rolled up on the side. When she get off the bus, I noticed that some of the administrators maybe not speak. But then when little Valerie get off the bus and her hair is combed, she's presentable, look like she got on a nice pair of kicks. Good morning.
hmm. Yeah,
So I saw the difference and I was like, I got to do something about that. That's not right.
it's not.
It's not right because it's already bad that they deal with bullying and all kinds of things at school. But you never know what a child is going through at home. And because I drove for a low income area, I already knew what I was dealing with. I knew that maybe there's not any hair products in the home. Maybe mom is at work, maybe she's working two and three jobs just to make ends meet. Maybe dad isn't even around to
Yeah,
do the daddy ponytail
right.
and brush the sides up and kind of slick the edges. So I said, I got to do something. I started writing notes and putting them in the backpacks because I was already a licensed cosmetologist. I was already doing hair on the weekends when I wasn't driving the bus.
Okay.
And on my split shifts, I was doing hair. I started dropping notes in the backpack. Hey, mom, I'm your kid's bus driver. I also do hair. Do you mind if little Susie comes to my beauty shop after I finish my route? And most of the time, the parents was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Just send me the address.
Right.
Do I need to come pick them up? Someone was like, hey, but I don't have no money, and I was like, don't worry about it.
So how long ago was this? So you was a bus driver for Duncanville ISD,
Yes.
and shout out all the people in Duncanville.
Yes, Duncanville.
There's a
Yes,
lot of
Panthers.
good barbers. There are a lot of good
I love
beauticians
them.
over
I
there in
love them.
Duncanville, man.
Yeah,
I need to see you.
for
Anyways,
sure. Yeah.
so what year was this? I mean, give or take.
This was 2017, 2018. I
Okay.
stopped driving in 2018.
All right. So where'd you go to school?
I went to school at Trimble Tech in Fort Worth,
Okay.
Trimble Technical High School. I started the cosmetology program there when I was 16 years old.
Oh, okay.
And so we started there in 10th grade. Well, come toward the end of my 11th grade year, I got pregnant. And so I didn't finish my hours, but I clocked 583 hours,
Mhm.
right? And so I didn't even know that those hours were still in the system.
Wow.
So I ended up, straight out of high school, just getting a job. I went straight to Southwestern Bell and worked there until I got laid off, and then went off to be a police officer until I couldn't do that anymore for 9 years. And while I was in police academy, somebody told me, "Hey, I can train you to drive school buses. We need
Mhm.
help.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
mind driving the school bus?" I was
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
"No, come on, I'll do it." And so I went and drove the school bus. And some days I'll be in my police uniform driving the school bus because I just loved it so much, and I love children. So it was nothing for me.
Wow.
And everybody on my bus, they love me. When I'm absent, it's a big to do. Like, where's Miss T? They don't
Mhm.
even want to ride with the sub. They waiting on me to come back. So yeah. So anyway, that's how I started, and I ended up going to MJ's Beauty Academy once my police career ended in 2014. In 2013, I went to MJ's Beauty Academy.
Okay.
And I actually finished my license there.
That's awesome.
Yep, the hours were still in the system, so I didn't have to do the whole 1,500, which
Right.
was required then. I only had to do a little under. I think I did like a little under 1,000, maybe a little over 1,000,
Okay.
like 1,020 something.
Wow.
But yeah.
So, when did you know that children is probably your calling? That you had that hard of emotion about children?
I was working in a salon out here in Arlington inside of Solar Salons with Lady Heroin.
Whoa,
Um,
whoa, 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 whoa. Back up. Okay, so where is this located? I want to make sure I'm thinking of the right spot.
Okay, so Solar Salons is right here off of Cooper.
Uh huh.
It's right close to the mall. It's in the same shopping center as
Yeah.
Sam Moon and all that.
Okay.
So I was there in 2018.
Nice. Nice.
And at the time, Lady Heroin Glam Boutique is where I was working. And she said, "T, you really good with kids." Like, she was watching some of the clients come in and how I interact. She was like, "What if you just did kids?" She's like, "Think about it." She had a whole lot of adult clients, and a lot of people probably following Lady Heroin. We're actually cousins by marriage, but she had over 8,000 and something followers.
Jeez.
She had several hundreds of clients, because she was like the number one person in the DFW who were doing the silk press. And this was back in the early 2000s. So she already had the adults. I just had to get the kids. And most of all of the adults had children, right?
Exactly.
And so I started out doing hair for free. It's always you got to give to get, right?
Exactly.
And so I started doing models just so I can start posting things on the
Mhm.
internet
Mhm.
about it. And I started out with 3 clients, and we just kept it going. I was open 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week.
Wow.
That's how I built my clientele. I literally lived at the shop, just about.
Right.
And when I didn't have a client, I was doing Uber Eats just to kind of make ends meet because I still had to pay booth rent.
Mhm.
And it just took off from there. Somebody tagged me in Moms of Mansfield. It's
Mhm.
a Facebook group.
I know all about that group. That's a solid group. And I'll tell you about Mansfield, that group. You
Yeah.
have to be a woman. You can't sneak in. You have to
See?
be. I mean, shout out to the women's of Mansfield. I
Yeah,
love y'all to
yeah.
death. They support
I
Unique
appreciate the
Image.
Moms of
Man,
Mansfield.
they support Unique Image Beauty Supply. I mean,
Ooh.
shout out to them. Man. I love y'all to
Yes.
death, man. Thank y'all so much for what y'all
Most
do.
definitely.
So they hit you or they show some love to you, and then what?
They tagged me in a post. Somebody's on there like, "Hey, do anybody on here know anybody that does children?"
Mm-hmm.
And somebody tagged me one time, and it might have been my stepmom. I think it was, matter of fact. But somebody tagged me on there, and you know how in the comment section people can keep
Oh yeah.
tagging. So it was several people saying Lady T, Lady T, Lady T. So they were tagging my business page. And instantly I went from like maybe 10 clients to 300 and something
Wow.
instantly. So all of those slots started filling up. And once people saw that I worked hours that nobody else wanted to work, I was catching kids before they go to school.
Mm-hmm.
I was catching their parents before they go to school.
Right.
And then I'm open at 10 o'clock at night. So they were coming after football practice, cheerleading practice, after dance. They were able to come and get their hair done and still get home for bed.
You're open until 10 o'clock at night?
Yes, even today. My hours now are 7 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, please go see Lady T. There is no excuse.
If they can get in, cause I'm always booked.
Right.
Cause right now I'm a
That's not a
one man
bad
show.
problem to have.
It's not a bad problem to have, but to me, it's still a problem because I love what I do, and my regular clients have a hard time getting in. The way that I set up my clientele, I make sure that I have you on reoccurring appointments if I can. But if I can't, I have them scheduled for treatments. These kids are coming in getting steam treatments, protein treatments, deep conditioning treatments. Like they're coming in, they're getting a cappuccino. They
So this
sitting
is not
back.
an area you just sit down and do a kid's
No,
hair.
this ain't Shay Shay's Beauty
Mm-hmm.
Salon. They are coming and getting a 5-star experience. Just like adults go and they get up their wine and they sitting back and they got a tablet and TVs to watch. That's what I have in my salon. I have tablets for them to play their Roblox or whatever, have you said
Oh yeah,
Roblox?
yeah.
Roblox,
You can't live. You
Roblox.
can't live without them.
Yeah. So I have a tablet there for them. I have things for them to do, things there for them to do. I have snacks. All of this stuff is free. These are the amenities that I offer them because I want them to feel good, and I want them to feel like, you know what, this is an experience for my child. This they're just not coming to just get their hair done. We have our bonding time. They tell me
Mm-hmm.
about, what's going on with school and everything. That's what I enjoy.
That's powerful.
That's what I enjoy. And so it's not just about just providing a service. I'm providing an experience, but I'm also helping them feel good about who they are. So when they go to school, their self-esteem is high. So no bully can, take them down. No bully can make them feel a ways. And so that's my main thing. So for me, this is also ministry.
Mm-hmm.
It's ministry because, like I said, you don't know what's going on at home.
Exactly.
I've had some of my babies sit in my chair and tell me their parents are going through divorce and they're worried about where they're going to live,
Yeah.
And so that's big for kids to want to open up to their
Absolutely.
hairstylist. And so that's their time. So I kick the parents out. It's a drop off only location. And so because that's our time together,
Yeah.
So I love it.
So you really actually provide a solid 5-star experience for children.
Yes, I do. And they're in and out in 2 hours. Nobody stays longer than 2 hours.
Can I tell you something? And
Yes,
I know parents trust you immediately.
they do.
And the trust issue is not you don't have a trust issue.
Right.
The experience, your first impression, obviously the environment of your facility is
Yeah.
definitely going to give that parent say, "Hey, my children's going to be okay, or my
Yeah.
child is going to be okay."
Yeah.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah,
I
it
just
is. And I appreciate all of my parents that trust me with my babies because I feel like they're mine too.
hmm
I wouldn't ever let anything happen to them under my care. Even if I feel like a person that comes into my salon to work there, if they're not a good fit, they got to go
yeah,
because this is about them. This is about my teacups, is what I call them.
exactly.
This is about them.
My
So
teacups,
the teacups are the little girls and the teapots are the little boys.
man.
Yeah, and I'm the tea, so I pour in. I pour into them. I'm the tea. So that's where Lady T, comes from. But I enjoy what I do, and at the end of this year, I booked a trip to the Bahamas. My very first, one of my very first teacups. She is now a veterinarian,
Wow,
and I'm flying out to the Bahamas to do her hair for her wedding. And
wow.
so this is my first one that I watched kind of grow up and become something great. And I'm gonna be a part of it. So I was a part of her journey all the way from when she was a kid
How does that
to
make you feel?
I I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps because that's pretty huge for me. And that's what it's about. I'm not only able to impact these babies while they're young, but I am their stylist the entire time that they're growing and that they're experiencing life. I've had teacups who have gone off to college, and when they come home for break, they get in and they come in, and we're just so excited to see each other. But I'm able to service them, and
Yeah.
most of them they hair be toe up because
Right.
college kids they just put it in a puff and they go
The
right.
basics. The
So,
basics.
but they come, when they have Christmas break, Thanksgiving break, spring break, my babies come back to see me, and I'm able to get them in. But like here lately, I've been so booked. I can't even see some of them while they're here.
Yeah, Lady T has got it going on. She's got it going on. And I
Hey.
can't, my mind is spinning right now, and I know you're spinning as well.
Oh man.
You have one person. One person? You're the only one working?
I'm so now I have a braider, thank God. Latoya with Kalito Braids. She is we went to high school together.
Okay.
So she's now my braider.
And what's her name again?
Latoya Johnson.
Latoya Johnson.
Latoya.
I need you.
I'm telling you, right? And you look, she was a very kept woman, but she's a substitute school teacher for Everman ISD.
Okay.
So she's so good with kids, thank God.
Yeah.
Very mild tempered, soft spoken like me. We kind of come from the same background. And so we mesh really well together. So Toya's my braider. And one of my trainees, Leah Fobbs, is on Instagram is I Love Leah Braids.
Okay.
She's actually a cosmetology student. But I'm training her right now.
Awesome.
And she's there in my salon.
Awesome.
She does everything from braids to locks to silk press. So she's gonna be Lady T 2.0 once I finish with her. And she's very driven, very focused, and she's only 15.
Oh, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
That's
And
a
then
blessing.
yesterday I was able to speak at a beauty school at Dan Diaper. One of my old beauty school instructors invited me to come speak to her class, and two of the young ladies have already passed state board, and they want to come aboard as well. So I just got to get everybody trained, get everybody situated, so that the more people I can hire in, that's a good fit. Because number one, you got to be a good fit.
Absolutely.
Just
You
because
cannot break the logo.
you
Do not
cannot
destroy this logo because you got a great thing going.
Thank you. And my parents, they let me know.
Yeah.
They let me know if something went on and it wasn't right, if the aura was off. My parents let me know. They're like, T, Susie said that this one might not work out.
Yeah.
And I take what my parents say to heart. I really do. You got to be a good fit. You have to
Absolutely.
be a people person. You have to love children. You can't do this and not have all of those things. You can't, because it's going to show. If you're just in it for the money, it's going to show.
Mm-hmm.
And the money is great, because I don't have what's called, people say kids prices. I don't have those.
Yeah.
Because I'm providing 5-star service.
Mm-hmm.
I charge 5-star prices.
Absolutely.
So nobody sits down under $100 in my chair.
Absolutely.
And so I went instantly from making $19,000 driving the school bus to now I'm at 6 figures. And God is good. My business is only 4 years old.
It's a blessing.
It's real. It's very much so a blessing. But like I said, has to be your purpose. It has to be something that you're really passionate about. And I'm okay with not going to, the football games and the birthday parties. Sometimes I have had to miss out on a lot dealing with family and friends because I was building my business.
Correct.
And you have to be okay with that. You can't be at everything, and that's fine if you're grinding, you know.
The sacrifices of an entrepreneur or a business owner is deep. I have missed so much things in my life that to this day I could honestly admit that I have missed out on a lot of stuff. If I could change things, I would.
Yeah.
But in reality, I accept it because I know that I'm protecting my future.
That's so true.
My future is what's going to take care of me, not the ongoing crisis that you're going through right now.
Right.
The future, which I know you have a goal,
Yeah.
I have a goal.
Yeah.
It's going to be well protected due to the amount of energy that I am putting in today's days.
Yes, that's right.
So,
That's right.
man, that's powerful. I think what you're doing is a wonderful thing.
Thank
I
you.
think that everyone that's listening probably has more questions. So there's one thing that I need to know.
Okay.
And this goes out to all my family members. I mean, there is so many type of hair, especially when you're talking about us.
Mm-hmm.
We have, I've seen some really nice hair, smooth, clean. There's really soft.
Yeah.
Baby doesn't cry.
Right.
The baby don't cry. You can pick, do whatever. The baby don't cry. The
Right.
child don't cry.
Right.
My daughter, you get a pick, you get a comb. Ah!
As soon as you put it up there.
What? What's the how do you first off tolerate it? How you second of all get to the point where they feel more comfortable dealing with you? I mean, how do you do it?
So what I do is it's a technique, and it with being a cosmetologist, you do have to continue your education. I've gone to natural hair classes to learn the techniques, because you just can't go in with a comb. It's a certain angle, it's a certain way you got to do it. Everything starts at the end of the hair, so you just can't go in at the roots. You got to start at the very end and work your way up. Right? You got to have the right combs, because sometimes it's very much so needed. It has to be a wide tooth comb.
Mm-hmm.
Wide tooth comb.
And which one's that one? What does it look like?
Oh, it's huge. I'll show
It's
it
the
to
it's
you.
the big it's the
It's
big
the big
comb, right?
one. Yeah,
Okay,
it's the
okay.
big one.
At my
um
store, I got little ones,
I
medium
can't wait to come to
ones.
your
I
store.
mean,
I gotta come over
oh
there.
yeah, it's very, very, very nice.
I spend so much money at the supply store.
Really,
Yes, so I
we
need to come.
need you.
I need to
We
come.
need you,
And then,
and it's
yeah,
black owned,
hello.
and my prices are exactly the same as my competitors.
I
If
love
it's not,
it.
I price match.
Okay,
Not only that,
get out
I
of here.
deliver.
Hush.
So
Oh, I gotta get a delivery
yeah.
because I can't come from behind the chair.
But okay, but that's me though. We'll
Yeah,
get back to that, man.
yeah.
I have to know how you tolerate these kids and
So
have a positive attitude.
with the whining and the crying and the falling out, on my site I have what's called the she's not ready fee.
Okay.
Right, the she's not ready fee is $45. That's an add-on to anything that you've already booked.
Okay.
So the parents already know that when they go book the appointment. So that means you probably done talked to your babies on the way to the salon and said, "Don't go in here and cut up, cause mama don't want to have to pay this extra $45.
Yeah.
Don't go in here showing your behind."
Mm-hmm.
So they get the pep talk before they get there, right?
Right.
And then mama probably goes ahead and try to detangle some of that
Yeah.
at the house. She'll go on and take all that crying and the kicking and the
Uh-huh.
fussing before they even get to me.
Right.
And then once they get to me, it's a new environment, so they're looking around. I'm offering things that are going to hold their attention and
Mm-hmm.
distract them from what I'm about to do, right? They got the snacks, the drinks, they got the iPad. So they sitting
You
down.
need it all. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
it's
So
I
you
could
got
just
all of the things, right? And so you sitting down, you don't know what to expect because I've never done your hair.
yeah.
You sit down, and because I know what I'm doing and the training, the extra training that I've had, I go in there, baby ain't flinched. Mama tell me all the time, "The baby crying every time I touch their hair, they crying." But in my chair, nothing. I have two people who started off crying and kicking and acting a fool. They are now nothing. I What I did was, because when they start, it does make me perspire, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
now my anxiety's kicking in.
Of
Because, oh
course.
Lord, this one might be a little booger here.
Right.
So let
Right.
me get ready, right? And so that's the first thing I do. And then I grab my drink. I'm always drinking a Route 44
Uh
water
huh.
from Sonic, right?
Uh
So
huh.
I grab my drink and take me a drink, right? And I'm like, all right, let's do it. So I'm like, I'm getting ready to detangle your hair, or I'm getting ready to blow dry. You're going to hear this. I turn it on so they can hear it. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I know what to expect. So that calms them down a little bit. Then I start section by section. Don't do the whole thing at once. You got to section that thing off. Some people
Mm-hmm.
require 6. Some people I can do it in 4. But I start sectioning off and I talk to them. I talk them through everything that I'm doing so they can calm down. But I have had them cut up, and some of them, I'm sorry, ma'am, they can't come back. They're not ready.
Mm.
And I've had to turn people away. And
Mm.
that's okay. That's okay. That just means that maybe later, give them a couple of more years. Maybe they'll be ready. So I don't get all in the uproars and the tizzy. I'm sorry, it's not
So do
going to
you
work
deliver
out.
them like their head halfway done? Say, "Ma'am, ain't gonna work."
No, I call them right
Um,
immediately. Immediately, I know that this ain't gonna work. Now, I've
Yeah.
had one who, mom couldn't come back, to get them, so they were gonna be stuck with me. So I was like, okay, let me just try to get through it. Let
Mm-hmm.
me just try to get through it. So I literally did it old school. I sat down. I got one of the chairs
Oh
in my
man.
yeah. I got one of the chairs in my shop where it's kind of low. So I sat down and I put her right between my legs. Put on the pillow. Put the crayon book right there in front of her.
Yeah.
iPad here, snacks here. You sitting in between my legs now. Now you My legs are locked
Yeah.
right here, right? And I'm holding you steady and I'm moving with you.
Yeah.
But I'm combing while I'm moving,
Oh
right?
no.
So hence why I need a chiropractor,
Yeah.
massage, all of
Yes.
that, because I move with them. When they cut up, I go wherever they go because I gotta finish this.
Yes.
Your parents are depending on me to deliver. I can't let you walk out of here
Man.
any kind of way. And I've had one of my moms, she's still with me today. And now one of my teacups, she's a teenager now. Mom said, T, thank you for just sticking with it. She said, you're my only hope. That's what
Only
she
hope.
told me. Because her daughter she would kick, and I'm talking about assault me. I've been assaulted.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
And the mom was like, T, please. I know it's a lot. You my only hope. Don't fire us.
Pay attention, everyone. If you are a single father
Yes.
and you don't want to do your daughter's hair,
Yeah.
if you are a mother that's having problems doing your daughter's hair,
Yeah.
go see Lady T.
Come on.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Eliminate your problem. You got other things to do today.
That's right.
Eliminate your problem. I know what you're going through personally. I do. So, Lady T, this is a solid blessing, man. I got more questions to ask you. But, hey, guys, I'm going to take a break, man. Lady T's in the house, everyone. Hey,
Thank you.
I'll be right back. More questions to ask, man. Beauty in the City. Welcome back, everybody. Beauty in the City. Thank you so much for watching us, man. We got some powerful things going on right now. Man, again, gotta bring my boy Dream in the house. Dream, what's up, baby?
What up, man? Listen, you got my sister in the building.
Man, what you think so far?
Let me tell you something, man. You would just be lucky to walk on aisle 7 at Walmart and accidentally run into Lady T.
Yep.
Because that's the only way you're gonna find somebody with this type of energy, dog. That's the only way. There's no. It ain't like she's on social media. She barely had time to post. She got 1,100 clients, bro. When she said that, I was like, hold on, wait.
By herself.
By herself.
I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired.
Tired. You know what I'm saying? And so, her being my sister now, spiritually, when you love somebody truly, love is unconditional. Love is something that is not it's not convenient. Love is you doing something that you really don't have time to do, but you love somebody so much. And for me, my main thing is to get her out of the chair and let her live her life. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think she has to do?
She's definitely going to have to find like-minded people that love children. That's the capital. People that's cosmetologists, obviously, and that they love children. And she's my sister, but at the same time, she's a client of mine. When I kind of mentor her and coach her, but definitely need to find people to replace some of these it's only, like, real talk, it's only 24 hours in a day. Yeah. Some type of way she knows how to do 26. I don't understand how you do this. Like, she opens up at 7, closes at I said, and what happens is we had a scare. Mm-hmm. We did. Health-wise. Yeah. So I don't play that. Like, now.
Whoa. What do you mean?
Well, I don't want to get too deep in it, but health-wise, it's just your body will tell you
without a warning or nothing
out.
Like that.
Your body will say, sit your butt down. Yeah. I can't. You know how the engine overheats? She overheated.
Definitely.
And that's for everybody. That's a life lesson for entrepreneurs right now. You have to have a life balance. Mm-hmm. You have to give yourself meditation time, time to yourself, time in that gym. Take care of you. Because if you shut down, everything shut down. So guess what? And the airlines, when you're in the the pilot's gonna say, "Hey, put your mask on first.
Yeah.
Then put the other
Then put
mask
the other
on for
person
somebody else."
mask
With
on.
that
Yeah.
being said, to everybody's listening, even to KP,
Yeah.
we have to, like, the first day, first hour or two in my life, it's me time.
Yeah.
Very selfish. Get selfish with the beginning of your day. That's a big deal because, ladies and gentlemen, the body can only take so much.
That's so true.
The mind can only take. So your brain, your mind, everything produces chemicals. Happiness produces endorphins. Stress produces something called cortisol. I mean, it's like a science to it. You know what I'm saying? So with my sister, man, and just if you ever get to meet her, that you have today, anybody's listening, it's an honor to be in the presence of the Queen.
Solid honor.
Straight up, honored to be in the presence of the Queen. But yeah, definitely, man. Listen, I just want, I want people that love children. If you do cosmetology, by the way, money ain't an issue. So if you're looking like, hey, does it pay? Yes, it pays very well. So let's get that out the way.
Get that out the way.
Yeah, let's get that out the way. If you have a love for children,
if you have the love for children,
that's the biggest
the
thing.
key.
Yeah.
She will literally politely tell you to leave.
Yes.
She's like, you gotta go. These are my babies. That's what you call them.
Yeah.
These are what you call them, teacups.
My teacups.
These are my teacups and teapots. You don't play with them.
I don't play when it comes to them. I can't.
You know, with you know these kids. You got one that's a teenager now. You said one's about to get married.
Yeah, one's about to get married.
So
yeah.
These children that you're taking care of, do you not know how much confidence you're giving them once you complete the job?
Yes.
They smile looking good. I mean, I saw some of the photos on Instagram. Yeah. I mean, they're beautiful. They're smiling. I mean, their hair was, what's it called? 4C hair?
Yeah. Yeah. It's the
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what 4C hair is, it's like a whole bunch of hair. You just go like this, and
it balls up
it's
tight.
just when it's combed down and dried out, it's this long.
Yeah.
And by the end of the day, it becomes like this.
Yeah.
Shout out to the 4C hair.
The 4C hair.
Shout out to the 4C hair.
It's real. When I say real, it's real. My daughter's hair is long. But if you put some water on it, you do something to it.
It's a wrap.
Oh, that's Jalen.
It's a wrap.
That's Jalen. When she's like, put that water on that thing. Just go.
And so that's what causes the kids to really just have a panic attack. I mean, you're pulling their hair and you think it's like the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, I feel your pain. I mean, I feel your pain. You have absolutely have to have the best genes in your body to tolerate and to appreciate.
Yeah.
And have the patience with these young children.
Yes.
You're gonna change the world one day. One of these days, one of these children that you have affected, you are gonna make them the person they always needed to be and wanted to be.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, shout out.
A round of applause.
I'm gonna just put it out there. I ain't scared. Shout out to Mickey Mouse.
Come on.
Mickey Mouse straight up called my sister the other day.
What you mean?
Disney World.
Yeah, so we're gonna do something with Disney soon. So I don't want to speak too much on it.
Yeah, we're gonna speak on it though, and we're gonna speak it into it. Come on, Disney. We ain't playing. Shout out to Disney.
Shout out to Disney.
So you affected the world so much, Disney has contacted you?
Definitely.
Yeah, there's a guy, Will.
Okay.
He does a lot of networking. And he's in charge of like advertisement and things of that nature.
Yep.
And so he's on the board for the Little Mermaid. They hired him to do the networking for the Little Mermaid. And so they're wanting to do some setups, some promotions at the salon, which I've worked with him before, and we've done some other TV shows and things of that nature. But Disney is definitely a big deal because I have all the children. So if that works out the way that it should work out, then at least it will be, exposure. And I know the kids are gonna love it.
Lady T, do you not see what's going on right now?
Oh, definitely, man.
Look,
God is blessing you.
God is blessing. He really is. I just, I know I'm in my purpose. I know I'm walking in my purpose, and that's the big thing for me. Because it's gonna come. You know, the blessings will come. Um, the things will come. But if I just stay focused, my whole motto has been like, keep your head down, shoulders back, and just work, grind. It's gonna come.
It's gonna come.
I'm gonna touch the right people. God's gonna put me in places in front of the right people, and I'm gonna get the help that I need so that I can keep this legacy going. And it was like I was telling the cosmetology students yesterday, get out of the mindset of thinking, oh, I ain't doing kids. Get out of that mindset because you're literally stunting your growth when you do that. Our children are the future. If we don't take care of the future, then what does the future look like for us? You know, I'm in my 40s. I told my brother I got, to me, 8 years left with doing hair, and I'm going to turn it over. But I want to be able to turn it over to someone that has the passion that I have, but also believes in purpose and believes that this is a ministry. There's so much going on around us. There's so many people being hurt. There's so many loved ones we've lost.
Yes.
So much calamity in the world. But we still got to take care of our future. Because when we go, they're still here.
Exactly.
You know? And if just the smallest things of being able to feel good about how you look, if I can just help them, develop that self-esteem wise, they're going to be good. They're going to be good. It's not going to matter what's going on. They're going to be good inside. And that's where it starts. Yeah. Inside first, outside last.
Lady T, everyone needs to pay attention to what you're saying.
Definitely.
Because you are a powerful woman. First of all, a powerful woman to even do what you're doing and to continue doing what you're doing and know that your niche is eventually building confidence in a young child's mind.
Yeah. You just said something very powerful. The riches are in the niches.
Yes. That's it.
The riches are in the niches.
That's right.
And she said something. I want to recap for those who didn't or you're just now chiming in. Shout out to Kevin Polite, owner and CEO of Unique Beauty Supply. Just being here as a brother to him to let people know exactly what he got going on. Black owned. This is not an easy task. However, God is putting it on you to carry it like the Harriet Tubman carries other people and say, yo, follow me, right?
That's right?
And so with that being said, we want people to know that he is in Dallas-Fort Worth. He does deliver. He does care. And he's right here representing. And with Lady T, just a recap on her, man, super star hairstylist that decided to bet on her after being a police officer, after being a bus driver.
Shout out to Dallas.
Man, and has a love for children
Dallas
like
County,
no other. Over 1,100 clients, and it's definitely time for her to, it's called scale.
Yes. The next
it's
step.
Time to scale. And scaling means, let me just break it down. Like, there's some things that I've been tapped into with being coached by the number one motivational speaker in the world, Dr. Eric Thomas. And the focus goes where the attention flows. When you focus on something, the attention will come. You have to focus and plan. Think about somebody playing football. I love football. But when they play football, if they didn't huddle, they would never win the game. So Lady T and KP, all of us, it's time for us to huddle down forward. Let's get the play together. Get her out of that chair so much. And this is going to happen because God said he will. And eliminate health problems, neglect of self-love, self-care, and everything else. Because that means everything because you're my sister. Right? Definitely. The car, the engine will overheat.
Yes, it will.
And the Walt Disney's of the world. Right.
I was getting younger. Right?
I didn't know younger.
The Walt Disney's of the world and everybody else is coming, is going to come. But this is the thing for everybody to understand as an entrepreneur coach. I tell people, and this is write this down. It's better to be prepared and not called than to be called and not prepared. Be prepared for the call.
Right.
No disrespect to where you are right now,
Right.
Kevin Polite,
Right.
but the call is coming.
Man.
And if it came tomorrow, you need to be ready to exit because you're preparing right now. That's basically how this goes. Manifest your life, and God will take care of the rest. It's not up to us on how it works.
Right.
It's up to us to go forward one step at a time and understand. Even brand new cars, think about it, brand new cars with brand new wheels, even have a spare tire in the back.
That's right. That's right. Hello.
Brand new
that's
cars.
powerful right there.
Brand new
yeah.
cars. And they got the just in case boy.
The
Just in case boy sitting in the back, ready
in the back, ready
for you to hit that pothole or whatever in life.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
But that's real.
That was good, bro.
But the thing about it is, I want people to embrace happy equity.
Yeah.
Happiness.
Yeah.
You know, so I talk to a lot of people that deal with depression.
Yeah.
And I don't even like saying the word depression, but it's real.
Woo.
I don't like the word anxiety either, but it's real.
It's real.
But I'm gonna tell you what how depression happens. Depression happens, and I looked at it, I said, hey, it's really simple.
Mm-hmm.
Depression happens when you are doing something or being with someone that you don't want to do or be with. Period. So therefore, you have to eliminate those things. Because we're in the United States of America, we have options. Because we're in a free world, we have options. Because we are inclined to God, we have options. Meaning this, no disrespect, but if you're in a relationship that is toxic, you have to do some. You know, they do in the hospital. They do something called chemotherapy, where they're getting rid of the cancerous cells that's in their body. You got to eliminate that stuff. You got to produce endorphins and do something that you love to do. You love the only way you're able to work as much as you work, Lady T, is because you love it.
Yeah, it don't feel like
you
work.
It don't feel like work. You would do it for free.
I would have.
KP loves people.
Yeah.
You know it's so funny, and it's so funny. I just been observing my brother, man. And that's funny. He owns a beauty supply store.
Yeah.
Right. But on his phone, as a screensaver, he has Beauty in the City podcast.
Wow.
Because he loves people.
That's good.
He has to tap into his superpower. He's a people person. He gets energy around people. On his day off, he's supposed to be at home.
Yeah.
The boy is up. He said, man, I just want to talk to the customers. I just want to talk to the people.
Yeah.
I just want to say hi to the people. And we'd be on the phone, and he's like, man, thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bring your friends.
Yeah.
And he's a people person. Therefore, that tells me that you're in the people business. And that's a calling.
Well, I'm just very genuine with people. I just love to help and motivate and coach those that are watching me and looking at me and want to do similar things to what I do. If I can help somebody get to the next level, it's an applause to me. Even if they get better than me, it's I feel great
That's
about
good.
it.
He's good people. He's done things for people. And it's just a short amount of time that I've seen him get burned. Yeah. I've seen a good person get burned.
You seen me get burned.
I've seen you get burned.
Several times.
Smoked. Like, yo, for real, what's going on?
Man.
Like,
smoked. You hear me?
But both of y'all was able to do the Rocky Balboa, wipe off the blood after that hit, and get back in that ring.
It is what it is.
You know what I'm saying? And that is what it's going to take, and that's why y'all always going to be well off. You know what I'm saying? Because God has a call in your life, and I just love seeing it. And I believe in both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I just try to hype you up, but sometimes people need to let other people know. Y'all motivate people all the time. Sometimes you need to pour into the people that are pouring out, so your cup can come back over. So with Walt Disney coming and everything else going, you know the significance why Walt Disney called it, right? You have a daughter. Have you seen Little Mermaid?
Yep.
Did you see anything different about the Little Mermaid?
The new one?
No.
She's black.
She's black.
I do know that.
Ain't that crazy?
That's why they had to call
Ain't that
They
crazy?
need a specialist.
They need somebody.
Man.
They need a specialist.
Come on with it.
Yep.
And, you know, I've seen people make comments about it. I kept it to myself. You know, there's like,
Yeah, and she's
You know?
beautiful. She's beautiful. Shout out to the actor.
She
Absolutely.
is.
She's beautiful. She has a good spirit. You know what I'm
Yes.
She
saying?
does.
Yes.
And she's going
I
to
am
do well.
so excited to know the future.
Yes.
I am so excited. I
Yeah.
wish I could just take a peep at it, but that's cheating the game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
one day at a time,
One day at a time.
it's all gonna rise. And when the day comes, I'm just ready to see you just blow up.
Oh yeah,
Man, I mean, this is we're live. This is it.
But
It's
let
going
me
to
tell y'all
happen.
something about blowing up.
Yeah.
What I've seen in everything when it comes to, so I call it dreamer festing. I call it dreamer festing.
Why?
All right, because well, they call it manifest,
Mm-hmm.
right? But really, of course, a tag with dream. Of course, I'm gonna tag that. But you know, if they think about dreaming, dreaming doesn't only happen when you sleep.
Right.
That's why they call it daydreaming.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be finding yourself driving. You're driving, and there comes a thought.
Mm-hmm.
That thought can be either that's a concept.
Mm-hmm.
That means conception.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, somebody out there was conceived,
Mm-hmm.
but somebody also was aborted.
Right.
Somebody also had a miscarriage. That
Mhm.
thing did not go through the birth canal.
Right.
What happens is when you think about something, you're dreaming it.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's the key. Actually, how do you make that dream become reality?
Right.
That's the challenge. And how do you do that? Number one, you gotta think it. Because you're doing things twice. You gotta think it. More powerful. And I don't know what happens, but please do it. You gotta take an old school pen. I know we got the phones. I know we got the notes.
And write
But
it
the
down.
Bible says, write it down and
Make it plain. Yeah.
I don't know how, bro, but I've been trained by the greats.
Yeah.
Right? Something happens when you write
Right.
it down
Mm-hmm.
and it starts manifesting,
Yeah.
right? So you're dreaming it, you're writing it down, and you're drawing it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you constantly, now here's the powerful one. Now you start speaking. The more you speak, the more it'll happen. You ever talk to somebody? I'm going to give y'all an example. You know, you've heard of Back That Thing Up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You've heard Juvenile Back That Thing Up,
Yeah.
right?
Who hasn't? They
Who
play
hasn't,
in
right?
random clubs.
All right, now what's the name? What's the name? Watch this. It's going to trip you out. What's the name of the record label?
Cash Money Records.
Cash Money.
Records.
It's something else.
Cash Money Millionaire.
Cash Money
Cash Money
Millionaires.
Millionaires.
Now watch this.
Come
They
on,
didn't even know. They didn't even know what they was doing.
Okay.
But did y'all see the first Back That Thing Up video?
I did, but I don't remember it.
It was just man. They called a whole bunch of homeboys. They did a video.
Okay.
By far, they were not. They didn't look like millionaires at that point,
Gotcha.
and they probably wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
But they kept saying it.
Mm-hmm.
And they kept saying it. They kept saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Floyd Mayweather.
Mm-hmm.
He was called Pretty Boy Floyd first.
Yeah.
He said, bro, the minute I changed my name to Money Mayweather, my life changed. You start speaking it, and the universe gets out the way.
T Money.
Team Money. Team Money Millionaires in the
T
building.
Money Millionaire.
Let's go. But it's
Billions
so,
in the city.
Right. Come
It's
on
so-
here.
it's so crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so this is something that I've learned to do strategically, though. And I challenge anybody that's listening to this, as KP is going to have several of these stores,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
bring a lot of people together. As Lady T is going to exit,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That share.
Yeah.
Maybe you're going to start off with like you got 2 days off,
Yeah.
then you're
come
going to
on.
have 3 days off,
Yeah,
Yeah.
boy.
and then you're just going to check in on, hey,
Yep. Just check around.
Right.
Make
right.
sure everything's running functionally.
1100,
And
bro?
protecting
Bro,
the bag.
she has people waiting.
Yeah, I have a wait.
She has a
list.
wait
I
list.
do.
Kids are just waiting on her.
Hey, parents at home like this.
Did
They be
anybody
getting
cancel?
mad. They
Did
be
anybody
texting.
cancel?
Yeah.
Did anybody cancel?
You have any squeeze-ins? You have
They
any
do.
squeeze-ins?
They do. And they the tea kettles. The
Wow.
parents are the tea kettles.
Tea kettles.
Yeah,
That's what's
so
up.
shout out to my tea kettles. They so awesome. But yeah, they be waiting like tea. I ain't been able to get in here.
Yeah.
So I do have 2 Sundays a month that I opened up, which is normally my
Oh my
off day.
gosh, are you serious?
Bro,
so that I can
jeez.
get
I'm
my
telling
tea
you, man.
kettles in.
I've never
'cause
seen nothing like this.
They gotta be right too.
Man,
Yeah. But yeah.
Lady T, you know, as we wrapping things up, if I know for a fact, I mean, and make sure all your friends are tagging. I mean, this is a great show. I know for a fact. If you're watching this and you're a fan of Lady T,
oh, man.
tag, hashtag, tell your friends about Beauty in the City. Tell your friends about her goals. She needs to accomplish all her goals. I mean, this is great. This is all great news. But if for those who are watching, what is one thing? I mean, shout your friends, your fans out. What is one thing that you would tell your fans right now that are watching?
I would tell them, don't give up, and make sure that you're walking in your purpose. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing. Nothing else is gonna work. I done tried being a police officer. I done had CDL. I done been a CNA. I've done so many other things, but my first purpose was doing hair at 16, and I strayed away from that. Now I'm back. Look how many years and things I had to go through to get back to doing hair. Yeah. So know your purpose and walk in it. Don't give up on your purpose, because that's everything is going to be added to you when you're doing what you're supposed to do. Man, and don't worry about the followers. Like right now, I don't have no blue check mark. There's not a whole lot of followers.
They don't mean nothing no more.
It don't mean nothing, bro.
People buying them right now.
That's true.
I said, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's true.
Shout out to $14.99. You get a blue check tomorrow. I'm not fit to do that. Now you see a blue check. You got a blue check like, bruh. You can be verified, have 282 followers.
You don't have to have all, right. You don't have to have all of that and still be successful.
Oh, that's so funny.
Keep posting. For those that are in the beauty industry starting out, I told them yesterday, you need to be posting at least twice a day. I post every day. Yeah. Every day. You need to be putting your work out there so people can see what it is that you offer, what it is that you're passionate about. So you got to keep moving. They're in the best seat because they have social media. When I started out, we didn't have that. We had passing out your cards. We had putting flyers out on people's cars. You know, we had hitting the pavement. That's what we had. But now, the generation of today, we have social media. So that already have a jump. If they can just have your customer service down, you can't be talking to people in half sentences and broken words. The baby boomers and the people that the baby boomers had, we like to hear complete sentences. Absolutely. So you need to have your customer service on point. Nobody's going to spend money with you and you bro. Exactly. You have to have your customer service on point. If you're in the service industry, you got to be a people person. And if you're not, if you got to fake being a people person, you need to be pleasant.
Ooh, dropping the bar. Hey,
dropping bars.
Hey, before you get out here, definitely want to shout out to everybody. Lady T, we want to respectfully honor you. An award. We have an award ceremony. Oh, wow. Hopefully you're not busy. June the 11th, 2023, Sunday at the Hilton Garden in the Arlington Highlands. Okay. We got a whole table for you. Want to give you an award, and we want to shout out to all the cosmetologists out there. Want y'all to vote in, tag Unique Beauty Supply on Instagram and Facebook, and vote on your favorite cosmetologist. Anybody that's in the hair and beauty industry, period. We want to see you. We're going to have the award ceremony and after party. We're going to have a whole table with my queen, my sister, Miss Lady T, in the building, man. Shout out to the second year celebration.
Unique Image Beauty Supply. Hey, man, powerful story, man. Thank y'all so much for watching. This has got to be one of the top news. I mean, children. Guys, Lady T. Unique Image Beauty Supply, Beauty in the City. Thank you so much. Peace.
Peace.
Like, share, and subscribe. Don't play yourself.
Let's go.
Let's go.